evaluator to come up and introduce the speaker. Simon is multitasking tonight because he is going to be evaluating their next speaker. Simon, could you come up and introduce him?
It's my privilege this evening to introduce Rob Perrett to you and his speech. Rob is working on the Competent Communicator Manual. Teresa mentioned at the start of the meeting we have two educational pathways running side by side at the moment. The Competent Communicator Manual is the set of 10 speeches that we work through as a precursor to the online pathways program. Rob is going to be delivering speech 5 from the Competent Communicator Manual this evening. His objective is Your Body Speaks. It's one thing to be able to deliver a clear message with the voice, but when the body and the hand gestures and the facial expressions and the eye contact accompany that speech, it elevates it to a new level. Sometimes in presentations you'll be watching somebody deliver, but their lack of other engagement compromises their message. If you use your hand gestures, your face and your eyes to accompany, it becomes a vehicle through which your message can be received more effectively. That's what Rob's going to be working on tonight. Is yes, he's got a speech, and it's a good speech because I've heard a bit about it, but can he use his face and his eyes and his hand gestures and his movement around the stage to help bring that speech a new dimension and make it more impactful? That's what I'll be looking for as his evaluator this evening. With his speech entitled Live to Work or Work to Live, Rob Perrett.
Live to work or work to live? It's a simple question, but the different meaning between these two statements is significant. Where does your focus lie? Where's society on this debate? And what about the best interests of the companies that we work for? Sure, most of you in this room tonight would have agonised at some point over the work-life balance in your lives. Probably as it helplessly slipped towards the agony of too much work and missing out on your life outside of your job. But sadly, this is not uncommon. In a recent study that I read, only 1/3 of us are happy with our work-life balance, while the rest are upset by the pitfalls of overwork, interrupted sleep, dreading the next day at work, bad mood. So, it won't surprise you to know that in the UK, we have the worst work-life balance in all of Western Europe. On average, people in this country work 325 hours more a year than our German counterparts. 325 hours, that's 9 weeks. That's staggering. Think about what you would do with 9 weeks extra off work each year. So why are we doing this? Well, the answer must come for the messages that society conveys to us. We're told, invest in your career. We're told, don't leave the office until your boss leaves. We're told, do the job you want before you actually get it. So how are these negative messages impacting us? Well, in research, I found accredited business resource, Forbes magazine, suggested from a story that they wrote that work-life balance is fundamental, not just important, but fundamental to our physical and mental well-being and health. And it helps stave off chronic stress, fatigue, and burnout. So, what then can we learn from our European neighbours if they're doing things so differently? Take the Danes, for example. The happy-go-lucky Danes. In Denmark, the work culture is radically different. If you try to go into an office at 5 PM, say, a Danish office in Denmark, you probably wouldn't even get in. You'd probably be locked out. But if you did manage to get in, you'd see a sea of empty desks. People have all cleared out. They've gone to play with their family, get involved in their personal interests, enjoy their lives. Yet, the Danes are second in all of Europe on productivity. They outrank the USA on productivity. They outrank Canada on productivity. Australia. So surely, burning the midnight oil, doing all these long working hours, can't be the right way. Now, so in society and the media, the recognition that we need to talk more about mental health has become apparent. And work-life balance is a significant branch of that conversation. The young generation coming through are also starting to reject our crazy work-life culture. They're looking for careers when they're coming out of university and school that will support their lifestyle, not own it. And when they go into interviews, I've heard from colleagues at work say they're hearing questions about what are the hours, how long am I expected to stay? Stark contrast to what you might have heard a few years ago. So will employees take notice? Will things start to change? Or will these fall by the wayside? Well, I wanted to talk to you about this topic tonight because my company, a large retailer, has recently brought in 4-day working week. So we've gone from 5 days to 4 longer days with the aim of giving people a longer break so they come back refreshed and more productive when in the office. It's gone down great, as you'd imagine. People are happier, they're doing more outside work, the office is a more energetic place. And personally, I'm loving it. If you ask my wife, I've got more time to do all those jobs she wants me to do. And when Tuesday comes back round, I feel so rested and ready to get straight back in. And my company's not the only one. In doing some research, I found others. Mahabis, the contemporary UK slipper company, you may have heard of them, they're also doing a 4-day week. But also, they've added in flexible at-home working. And there are other notable small business examples. So will these examples lead up to anything more meaningful? Well, in tough environments, in tough economic environments, where competition is fierce, the temptation is for companies to row back on old policies, pushing longer, harder hours. The Confederation for British Industry is still staunchly against flexible working and shorter working weeks. So potentially, these new examples may be shouted down by those who are in a position to influence real change. Work-life balance is an approach that has the ability to positively benefit individuals, companies and society as a whole. But to really have an impact, those messages that we hear from society, those ingrained messages must fundamentally change. The conversation, the important conversation on work-life balance has finally started to happen. But in my opinion, for society to benefit as a whole is up to the younger generation to inspire us and take their mentality forward to change things for the better. Madam Toastmaster.